My gefahren Melonin, and well met indeed. I am Archer Galadirthan, head of the modding team behind Divide and Conquer. Welcome back to Divide and Conquer as we continue on as the Orcs of Gundabad in our conquest of the North, which is going relatively well. Our main army is besieging Witherboard after having taken Nazana and killing Gimli in the previous episode, of course, and we will hopefully press on in the not-too-distant future to Erebor, which is currently marked on the map by those two mines there, indicating a relatively good level of infrastructure. In the south, we have pushed back the Anduin, and they no longer want any more of what we have to offer, because of course we are trouncing them, and I imagine so are Dol Guldur. Our main army in the south has headed off to Goblin Town, where you can see he's besieging it there, and we may or may not fight that, depending on how I'm feeling. We also have the middle army, or Legio 2, which is currently heading to Nord Mazog to try and then counter Captain Barathon and move down to Torfelin, the Arrow Forest, and take it from the elves. That's where we are. We're losing money at the moment, but we'll make that up as soon as we take Goblin Town. Now, in answer to the last episode, thank you to everybody who voted in the poll regarding DaC stability. It turned out to actually be incredibly useful. Allow me to first of all, of course, say I apologise to Mr. Ryan or whatever. I did scapegoat him somewhat, and that was not really in top form. And so I can only apologise for that. I hope all is, if you're still even watching, I doubt he is, but I hope everything's well. Anyway, so the poll was very, very useful. 692 people have responded as of recording this video on Sunday afternoon. And of those 692, 647 said that they can run DaC with no trouble. That equates to roughly 93.5% playing Divide and Conquer without any issues, leaving only 45 people who ticked the box to say that they do have issues. Which I think is, for a mod, you have to remember it is a mod, and not everyone is going to be able to play it. That's just the nature of these things. I think that's damned good, to be honest, and I'm very pleased with those results. So thank you to everyone who engaged in that poll. It gave us some good information. I've also fixed the captain images that appear up in the left when we fight as Gundabad now. So our captain should no longer hopefully be a purple box, which is good. I also just want to take a moment before I do anything more gameplay related to implore you to read the pinned message on Gundabad Episode 1 and Gundabad Episode 3 for Knight of the North, one of the two marshals of our Discord, which is the highest possible rank, ergo a friend of mine, has written a wonderful little narrative to go alongside the campaign, and they are excellent reads, and I encourage you all to have a little read of those. So thank you very much to him for that. But, right, what are we actually going to do? Witherboard is going to hold for 5 more turns, but Bargrak has come. Oh, he's got quite the beard. He looks like he has a massive underbite, and he's hiding it with a beard. Captain Barden is coming over to assist. I'm tempted to just seed Nord Mazog out. The elves are much, much better than us. And if we force them to sally out, they lose some of their archer potential. Whereas if we attack them... This is going to be an actually really challenging battle, because elves are so much better than us. But we'll see. And Goblin Town, I don't know. I mean, we could just siege Goblin Town out. They'll never rise up against us. But that's 8 turns of just nothing. But then Goblin Town is a notoriously glitchy battle map. I don't necessarily have crashes. But the campaign, or not the campaign, the camera, if I can use my words, is very difficult to maneuver.
Listen up. No sleeping here. Get ready for fighting.
Send them down. Oh, send the archers as well. They're not even free upkeep.
No sleeping here. No sleeping
Oh,
here.
bugger.
Get ready for fighting.
Oh, I've taken too many units out. Witherboard, are you a village? No, you're a town. If we were to assault Witherboard... Oh, goodness, King Dane is in there. Oh, Christ. No, yeah, well, then we've made our decision then. In we go. Oh, Dane, why have you done this to yourself? 20-9 ratio in our favour. Some points for all of you that are coming from, certainly from this playthrough, and more feedback from the beta testers, is indeed that the recruitment for the Snow Orcs, and just for Gundabad in general, will be slowed down for the human player, because we can make it so the AI is not slowed down, and that is what we will do. But as a human, you will train troops much slower than you are seeing me train them here in this episode. Not substantially slower, we're only going to be talking a couple of turns, but it's going to it will be a couple of turns. So that's the first point. Secondly, the Brawler's Hall, which gives us all of these raider units that we've got, is going to be much harder to get. Because at the moment, I've barely done anything. I've literally just taken the towns and I've won the hall. And it should not be that easy. So I'm going to make that considerably harder to get. And finally, the raiders themselves will also be slowed down in the hall even after you've then got it. So we're just looking to slow it down a bit. I mean, if you take away the raiders from all of my armies at the moment, we don't actually have that many troops. But unfortunately, this campaign is going to be, unless the elves put up more of a fight than I maybe am expecting, this campaign might be a little bit of a doddle. So we're just obviously shaking it up and trying to make it so that it is not a complete walk in the park, because that's not ideal. But I am thoroughly enjoying it. I'm really enjoying the RR Denaim campaign, which is why this morning I recorded the next top 10 episode. So, and as promised, that will come next week when I am away on holiday. That will come up in that week. What I'm also quite tempted to do, if I can find the time this week, is to do 2 Ardenaim and 2 Gundabad, and then put the faction overview next week as well. So, but it depends if I've got the time or not after work each day this week to do that. But that's what I'd like to do, but that may not come to fruition. I'm also juggling, obviously, recording all of these episodes along with just general living in my house, having to do my part towards keeping the house tidy, and also playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which I have been almost non-stop in my free time at the moment. Absolutely loving it. So I'm having to juggle. I haven't really done any modding for quite some time. I don't think you should bother wasting yourself on Dane, because his Sons of the Fallen, they're gonna survive so long. There's been quite a lot of comments suggesting that the Snowwalk archers are too good and they should be nerfed. And again, this is very much what I would consider a knee-jerk reaction to a battle map scenario. And by that, what I mean is the Snowwalk scouts are one of only 2 archer units in the entire roster. So yes, my initial entry-level archer, the Snowwalk Scouts, may be only slightly worse in archer skill than an elf. But this is going to be my main archer for the whole game, and you've got to factor that in. So it may appear right now like our archers are really, 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 really good, and they're too good, some of you are even saying. But remember that this is it, basically, until the end. We get the Black Shield archers, and of course they do change things up a bit, but not a lot. They're good archers, but they're nowhere near Elven, and I don't agree with that suggestion that has been levelled that Gundabad's archers are as good as Elven. I don't think that's the case. They're good, do not get me wrong, but they're not Elven. Well, they actually are coming all the way. Javelins up, get ready. Oh, furthermore, in regards to the voices, we've had a slew of people submit requests to do some voice work for us, and we've chosen one gentleman, and again, we need to follow it up with him at the moment. He's just, we've heard a sample of his, and it's fantastic. So the Snow Orcs will have their own custom voices. They won't just sound like generic orcs, and they will say Snow Orky things, courtesy of a gentleman whose voice work is excellent. So that will also be a feature when the time comes. The last point to talk about from the previous videos is that in the Anduin video that went up today, this Sunday, I said that I'm probably not going to bother making the cavalry submod, and there has been little to no, almost in fact no backlash against that suggestion whatsoever, which just confirms my theory that no one really cared about the cavalry submod when you actually got down to it. So I'm pleased about that as well. I don't need to bother wasting my time with the cavalry submod. Obviously there will be 1 or 2 of you that would have downloaded it and would have wanted it, but it seems that actually it was a huge minority who were upset at losing cavalry bodyguards, and now that most people have been playing 2.2 for a while, people aren't actually that disappointed that they have lost cavalry bodyguards. In the same vein, I probably will not bother putting stakes back in. I won't do a stake submod either. And as I've already mentioned, I really, really much prefer the pictures to the videos for the events. And so it is actually pretty much take it as an official announcement that we will only do the Total War submod from here on out. We won't do stakes, we won't do Cavalry Bodyguard, and we won't do event videos. The stakes one is so easy to add back in yourself. It would literally require about 5 minutes, if that, of basic research to learn how to put stakes back. And so for that one, I really am not bothered. If you really want that insane boost that stakes give you, then take the couple of minutes it would learn to learn how to put them back into the game and add them to everyone you want. Right, we've been giving them the runaround for a while, and I've been talking too much, really. I apologise for that. I normally play these kind of battles on ×6. Whoa, 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 whoa! What on earth are you guys doing? Javelins. No, I don't want you fighting once you've finished. You aren't actually shooting, are you? No. Now you throw your javelins.
We're being attacked.
Yes, you are being attacked. Right, now we just need to win with overwhelming numbers. We've still got plenty of time. Time is on our side. Sons of the Fallen are so strong. Go for it. Please tell me that the Mountain Orc Hunters are in there. Yes, they are. Right, we are going to lose an awful lot of our forces to kill these Sons of the Fallen. But, hopefully not too many, but we are going to lose a lot. They are so powerful. If you'd like to know, they have a 13 attack for a spearman. That's insanely powerful. They frighten us, which is very annoying, and they have 34 total defense. Certainly candidates for whenever we do the top 10 spearmen. I would pretty much bet Sons of the Fallen will be either number 1 or number 2. We will win, I think, he says. You know who would absolutely smash them is our faction leader, who has armor-piercing units, but he has been kept out of the fray until now.
Victory will be ours.
They're going down. The Mountain Orc Hunters are getting in there. Excellent. Excellent. The Erebor town centre flag doesn't look very... I don't like the 3 spears. I don't know why it's got those. They should be removed, really. I'm alright with the star and the hammer of Durin and the stars around that. Which is... There should probably be 7 stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, representing the 7 clans of the dwarves. Yeah, this is over. How many did we lose, though? Christ, there were 4... We lost 3% when we charged those Sons of the Fallen. And by the time that we're actually going to kill them, we're in the 20 to 25% bracket. And they're still happy to keep fighting. They're bloody buggers. Yes! Stain is down! An auspicious day. We finally take revenge for Azog, our founding father, if you will. The first Snow Orc to make his mark on the face of Middle-earth. Coming from the frozen north, reinserting Snow Orcs into Middle-earth history, and cut down in his prime by the stunted upstart that is Dane, son of Nain. But Dane is now dead. The dwarves have been deprived of their most foul leader. Surely this omen can only lead to ultimate victory. This is why having a unit with locked morale is a pain in the backside. Because these guys will just fight forever. They will just not stop. The timer is probably going to go before we kill the last of these dwarves. This is how annoyingly stubborn they are. Which is quite accurate, really, isn't it? Living up to their names. Yes. 1 dwarf still fought by the time we captured the town from around him. We lost 343 people, all to the Sons of the Fallen, essentially. 108 casualties by the scouts. No surprises there. Our only archer unit taking down the enemy from afar. Also, do bear in mind on the archer topic that when we slow down the replenishment and recruitment of the entire roster, the Snow Orc scouts will therefore be nerfed indirectly anyway. Those that speak of balance, remember the 5th of November, Gunpowder, Treason and Plot. Remember that these archers and any unit, balance is everything. How much does it cost? How quickly can you train it? How quickly can you then train the next one after you trained the first one? Can you train it in every town, for example? Do you need the barracks event? You've got to think about all of that before you start saying the XYZ unit is overpowered or is broken. And so when we slow down the recruitment and replenishment of the Snow Orc scouts, they will no longer be anywhere near as useful as they are. Or more accurately, they will become so useful because you'll have hardly any of them. You'll really need to keep them alive. And that's what we're kind of going for. Hopefully we're making money now, so we'll just try and pad out some of our garrisons and train anything that we can, to be honest. Because we need troops up in here. Are we actually making any money? Oh, no, we're not. We need Goblin Town, really. I really don't want to attack that yet. It's just a needless slaughter of loads of foods. And if we kill off most of these, when we then need to actually defend the settlement from the Anduin, who may well come and try and take it. I'm happy to siege that out, to be honest. The elves are going to attack us in a turn, so that we'll have to deal with them. And that's where we'll keep it for now, then. I am going to siege out Goblin Town, is where I was going with that. It's not worth losing the troops in the risk that the Anduin might come and kick up a fuss. Now, something else that I do hope to do in this campaign, just to add to the, hopefully to add to the difficulty, and also to just add to the enjoyment, is we're going to utterly obliterate them, the Dominion of Isengard. For too long now have people moaned and complained that the Orcs of Isengard, the Uruk-hai, should be the finest on the face of Middle-earth, and I say unto thee, nay. For the Snow Orcs of the North are the finest of Melkor's sons, and we will show that. And in doing so, we will wipe the blight from the south. We've got to go down there anyway to kill Khazad-dum, because that's our victory conditions, and it's only then a little stage further to meet Isengard and deal with them. And so we shall. Tell you what would actually be super useful, and something I've only just thought of, is making it so that there could be a road that travels along this side of the mountain and goes down and connects with this region of Dunlasteer. Is it Dunlasteer? No, that's over there somewhere, isn't it? What's this one called? Oh, I can't remember. It begins with a D. Oh, it escapes me all the time. Anyway, that's something for myself. I'm just going to write the word road on this bit of paper here. Road KD to Isengard. I don't think that's too bad, is it? They're just having a small road running past the eaves of Fangor.
Get ready for fighting. Regroup, you louts.
They're not training. They're not training. Look at those. Get out of our region. Bugger off. I don't want to fight him. Out on the plains is not where we excel. I need to kill Nordmat. Oh, they're sending more elves. This army over here has just got to deal with itself. You might have to just hold in a Nazanar for a short time. End the turn again. Let's see what happens at Nordmazog. I don't know where I'm sending my diplomats. Have I got a mission? No, they only give you one mission at a time. I don't know what I'm doing with him at the moment. I don't know where he's going. But I've just sent him back north for some reason. Ah, bugger, they are attacking. No, I don't want to fight them. They're better than me. Captain Belsulion has Woodland Wardens, Javelin Throwers, and Captain Melkindomian has got 2 units of Spearmen, 2 units of Woodland Warriors, and Woodland Horse Archers. But we've got Ilkrul, who looks like someone has just told him off for writing something on the blackboard. And he's now trying to profess, it was not me. But let's hope he can hold up, because we could really do with not losing Legio 2. Is it Legio or is it Legio? Is it a hard G or a soft G in Latin? I don't know. I would welcome your input on that point, because I can't research it right now, because I'm in the middle of something. Right, so we're going to be attacked by the person who is standing to the right of the town, which means the town army is coming in from up here. So we don't want to be fighting them up a hill. So we'll manoeuvre up into position. Oh, I'll tell you what we should try and do. Is rush the buggers. Yes. We don't... To try and get the hill, and also to stop the cavalry archers. Fortunately, they haven't got any archers. The one thing the elves actually do really well, I've just realised, is not in this army. And that's always good, isn't it? I can hear them coming. Into positions, into positions, into positions. The cavalry archers are shooting at us. And they're getting an awful lot of kills by the looks of it. Fire at those horse archers for me, please. Thank you. Right, now use our overwhelming numbers. What's our bodyguard here? Oh, just normal mountain guard. Ah, but they're javelin throwers, aren't they? Get into positions. Flank yourselves around. Why are they not coming and getting involved?
The battle is very much
Javelin
in our
versus
favor.
javelin.
Victory will be ours.
Come on, you lazy wretches. Are we still successfully killing their horse archers? Oh, yes, we are. Well done. Right, go for it. Javelin troops, are you all... How are you not all throwing your javelins? They're just, like, standing right there. The grey and red banners of Gundabad fly high in the breeze. As here, in the northernmost point of the Anduin Vale, we do battle with these scum. Pointy-eared scum. They're actually doing damned well against us, aren't they? Ah, curses. Right, javelin troops.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
A minor little point, but you may have noticed in the Anduin Vale overview episode, I called them Anduin Vale in the thumbnail. And that is correct. I've renamed the faction to be called Anduin Vale. They're no longer called Vale of Anduin or Vale of the Anduin or Vale of Anduin, because that doesn't really make sense. Vale of the Anduin would work, but Anduin Vale just sounds an awful lot better to an English person's ear, and so they've been renamed thusly. Or accordingly is a better term to use there. Right, you are all pretty much done. They shouldn't be putting up too much of a fight. Cavalry archers charging. Oh, you've won! Excellent. Finish those off. I mean, I didn't think we would lose, but I am concerned for how many losses we might have taken. But 25% is not bad. Our army's charging down the hill. Orcs going ham on these cavalry scum. Let's times it. Javelins in the back. No one likes a javelin in the back.
The battle is very much in our favor. Victory will be ours.
I like having units that you just don't care about. I think this is the real joy of playing as an orc faction. Is these raiders I honestly couldn't give a damn about. Like, lose as many of them as you like. We'll just get them back. I really like that. Whereas every other nation I tend to play, every unit feels like it's very important to be kept alive. Everything needs to be kept alive. But in this one, it's like, just throw the raiders in. We can train them like it's no tomorrow. And even when I nerf them slightly, they will still be fairly regularly available. 660 die. That's a 1-for-1. Which I think for an orcs to an elves is actually not that bad. Snow Orc Scouts again getting the most kills. He pops up all the time, Maedros. It's a pretty good image though, isn't it? It's pretty cool. looks very stern. Would a wrist... Would that kind of arm guard, would that stay on your arm if you didn't have a hand?
Please, my lord.
Because obviously they have straps, and so that keeps them in position. You can do them tight. But if there's nothing at the end to actually... Because it must fall down your arm quite a lot, but then it hits your hand, and that's what stops it. But if you haven't got a hand, does it stop it? That'd be my question.
Without question, my lord.
Oh, we got through. Yay!
I would if I could.
I would if I could.
That place, my lord.
Framsberg, can you give me some more troops? Thank you. Nord Mazog. Oh, goodness, they really don't like us. But we haven't done anything to you. Who's this out here?
Come and get me. No sleeping here. Kill them all.
Woodland Scouts versus our bodyguard. Clear victory.
We destroyed the enemy.
Bugger off, Herenion. Herenunon. Heren? Because it's not E. Herenuonen. Herenuonen. No, that is a vowel combination that I do not think actually exists in Sindarin. Your head wants to say Herenion, Herenionen, but I'm sure that a Y always takes the U sound and not the E sound. I'm sure, but I'm not sure. So I shouldn't be spouting off things like that, as I don't actually know off the top of my head. Anyway, with Nordbat... Oh, the Adwin are coming back. Bugger. Campaign is actually stepping up. Right, press on. No need to rest on our laurels. Leave behind those and the 173 of them. The general can catch up later.
Objective complete. No swords.
We march for Torfilin. I can't abandon Witherboard because Bargruk is standing right there. But you're wasted in there, so you come down. Let's see if we can entice him out by standing outside. They can't actually train anything here, can they? Haven't even got a brawl at all. We've got quite a high Melkor Shadow, though, but we don't have any buildings. Try and get a barracks. I'm not as bothered about Witherboard. And Azanar's more important.
Listen up. Come on. Objective complete.
I want those mercenary units. Anything that I can use that I can just throw into the enemy to die is perfect. This is likely to be the final turn of this episode, as now that the first three are out of the way, I'm back to being between 30 and 40 minutes. They did attack Framsberg. Curses. We don't have any garrison troops in Framsberg. Oh, it worked. They came out.
They're attacking the camp.
And they're attacking even though we're standing next to them. The AI. Artificial intelligence. Although, potentially, artificial idiocy works just as well.
Be gone.
I'm not worried about you. Not worried about you. We'll hold our walls. I'm more interested in Torfilin, if I'm honest. Ah, oh, bugger.
Be gone.
They have... How are the elves getting this many troops?
Sleeping here.
When I play as the elves, I don't get anywhere near that level of troops. Our southern army might have to be called into action. Legio 1. Legio 1. What's Latin for 1? Uno? Oh, we can get mountain guard to train another general. I don't really want to put all our money back into troops. We've got some, he says, training more troops. We've got some nifty troops available, though. That's the problem. Right, I am going to end the episode there. So we're going to have to fight against Bargruk in the next one. Oh, he's got some men from Dale with him. We're going to have to fight against him. And I don't know what to do about Orifin. We might have to fight him also. Framsberg, we'll have to just wait and see and hope our two raider units can hold out. I am keen to just siege Goblin Town out until we can get it, because we'll make a huge amount of money even if we just have it for a few turns. But anyway, for now then, that is going to conclude this episode. So thank you very much for all of your feedback thus far, your ongoing support and your enjoyment. I welcome and appreciate it all. If you have any questions, pop them in the comments below. And until we speak again, dear friends, Navar Naden Padimad Melonin, and farewell.